Houston and told them she wanted to get her 13-year-old son tested, but there was no kid in the car. When they asked her, "Where's your son?" she popped the trunk and told them she had to put the boy in the trunk because she was afraid she'd catch COVID from him. The teenager was not injured during the short trip from his home to the testing site, but mom was charged with child endangerment. Beam is a popular high school English teacher who has been featured in the school's promotional videos.
A classroom feels to me like it should be an extension of my home.
So, what should she have done? We asked pediatrician Dr. Tanya Altman.
So the first thing, of course, is a mask. And this is a great time to upgrade from that cloth mask to a surgical mask. Also sitting as far apart as we can in the car. So maybe diagonal, or if there's a third row, you could sit in the way back as long as you're sitting safely with your seatbelt on. Roll down the windows. Ventilation is so important. And even if it's really cold, if you're back east, any amount of ventilation is better than none. So you can even just barely crack the windows if you need to. And then if you're coughing or really sick, you can also turn your head towards the windows. All of these factors together will help decrease the amount of COVID that I would catch from you if we're driving in the car together.
On Friday, there was good news for Sarah Beam. A judge found no probable cause to charge her with child endangerment, so she's off the hook for now. But the local PD say they are continuing the investigation.
To Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire. As a result, from the start of Thursday next week, mandatory certification will end. Organisations can, of course, choose to use the NHS COVID pass voluntarily, but we will end the compulsory use of COVID status certification in England. From now on, the government is no longer asking people to work from home. And people should now speak to their employers about arrangements for returning to the office. And having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from tomorrow we will no longer require face masks in classrooms, and the Department for Education will shortly remove national guidance on their use in communal areas. In the country at large, we will continue to suggest the use of face coverings in enclosed or crowded spaces, particularly when you come into contact with people you don't normally meet, but we will trust the judgment of the British people and no longer criminalise anyone who chooses not to wear one. The government will also ease restrictions further on visits to care homes, and my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care, will set out plans in the coming days. Mr. Speaker, as we return to Plan A, the House will know that some measures still remain, including those on self-isolation. In particular, it is still a legal requirement for those who have tested positive for COVID to self-isolate. On Monday, we reduced the isolation period to 5 full days with 2 negative tests, and there will soon come a time when we can remove the legal requirement to self-isolate altogether, just as we don't place legal obligations on people to isolate if they have flu. As COVID becomes endemic, we will need to replace legal requirements.
Well, the Biden administration has officially withdrawn a mandate that would have required workers at big companies to get vaccinated or face regular COVID testing requirements. The mandate was announced in November for companies with more than 100 employees. The mandate would have impacted more than 80 million U.S. workers, but the U.S. Supreme Court struck down that mandate earlier this month, saying the president overstepped his authority. However, the court left in place a vaccine mandate for healthcare workers. Companies who set their own vaccine mandates are not impacted by the decision.
Now, we are hearing about quarantine camps. While the UK is dropping some restrictions, China is raising theirs. The Daily Mail reported in January 2022 that China has transported thousands of citizens to quarantine camps. Social media reports revealed photos of cramped quarters.
Hope you enjoyed this presentation. Feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.